Greetings, audience. It has been 10 years. 10 flippin' years since I was on Roblox. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe that I wasted this much time on a Lego video game. But anyway, yes, hi. It's been 10 years. And I thought it would be fun if it is that I made a video, you know, going back in time, trying to celebrate, you know, with some of my older places. Most of them are pretty embarrassing. I'll just say that. They're pretty cringe and embarrassing, but they exist, and, you know, I thought what better way to celebrate the 10th anniversary than to do so, because Roblox is one of the first games, if not the first game, that I started this channel with, aside from Super Smash Bros. Ball, but those videos don't even exist anymore, so don't even bother searching for them. But first, we have to go back to our roots. I'm also sorry that I didn't make a proper video for the 10th anniversary of Tricoronicle. That is this channel that you're watching this video on. So hopefully this makes up for it. It's literally like probably 2 months later. I know it's 2 months late or something like that, but you know, I mean, it's better than nothing. I hope. I'm just, guys. There's a drought for content on my channel, okay? I'm running out of ideas. I need help. But anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so this is the first game that I ever made, the first iteration of what is called Q City. And as you can see, it's not a whole lot going on here. Yeah, it's just pretty much just it's just a simple tower with no builds. This stuff wasn't here, by the way. This was not here before. It was just this at the time. It was created in 2015, and well, obviously it looks much different now. But if we go over to the second generation, as you can see, things are looking a little different, a little more evolved. Again, this was just me, just messing around in Roblox Studio, doing God alone knows what. I actually had one of my friends join over in the first generation. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, they did join over in the first generation. So, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a public server sort of thing. I mean, they did have private servers at the time for the people who remember, but this one's a little more well developed. At least by 2015 me standards, it was a little more developed. As you can see, there was the shaft of the balls over here. Just kind of, if you wanted to check that out, which you can, by the way. I mean, this game is public, so you can definitely check it out. But I just kind of added these soldiers here, just a bunch of free modeled NPCs. Some of them were walking around. This one wasn't. And it's just dead. I mean, it just keeps killing them over and over, and there's just a bunch of blood on the ground. Not much to really see around in this version. There's also the United States flag, which I don't know why I bothered to put that. I mean, I don't live in the United States, but I actually think I have my first video that's currently available on the channel. It was actually in this version, so you can literally watch that video right now. It's just me goofing around in studio. But anyway, if we go to the third generation, okay, well, it's just more or less the same stuff. I think, though, that this time the NPCs were replaced by zombies. That's the main difference. But most of these were published kind of rapidly, I guess. Like, they were just published one right after the other. I didn't really know the concept of saving files on your computer at the time, but it looks like the same NPCs are still here, although some of them are different, but it does look like some of them are different. It's just the zombies were a lot more prevalent and stuff, but there's not really much to see in this version. If we go to the fourth, okay, not much has changed here, although I think this time I removed the soldiers from killing the mobs because they were just annoying. So if we go over to the fifth generation, as you can see, the soldiers and some of the mobs have been added back, and there's actually one of these in here. I tried to build this like what is it? Like one of those Call of Duty mobile things, because I think that was one of the games that I was playing at the time was Black Ops. Was it Black Ops Mobile? I can't remember. Or is it Zombies? Something like that. Black Ops Zombies on Android. On my really bad Android smartphone that I had. It was really cheap and all. And it was just, I tried to build like a barricade thing, so that's why this is here. And yeah, I mean, when it is you come over this way, I mean, the builds are more or less the same. It's just, I keep rotating with there's just a random rotation of mobs that I just kind of kept going along with. But everything was just more or less the same. Same NPCs otherwise, you know, just nothing really special. But then I think we go into, what is it? Is it the 5th or 4th generation? I can't remember. Anyway, let's skip over to the 6th. And now, as you can see, things are looking much more different. There's just there was the terrain editor, and I just started to add, or to expand, I should say, on the mountain that's over there, and then I try to build up sort of a kind of a wall. I think that part of the reason why I started doing this was because I visited my friend's place. I believe I made a video on that I'll show on screen, but basically I saw his place, which is Spec. You guys might know him as Spec. But basically I saw his place and I thought, you know what, why not put up some walls? I might turn this into a racetrack, and I sort of did. So if I actually jump into one of these vehicles over here, yeah, you can just kind of ride around and do whatever. I mean, again, this was, by 2015 standards, this was the best that I could come up with. Not really much, you know, I didn't really know a thing about scripting. I was just, I don't know if I was like 12 years old or something like that. I can't remember. It was like 2015, so... well, I'm going to be... by the time I'm recording this, I'm going to be 21, so this was probably... I think this was actually 11-year-old me, which... I'm not really sure what I was thinking at the time, but this was just me messing around in studio. I still kind of do mess around in studio occasionally, but not as much as I used to. Most of the time I just play around in Minecraft or do whatever. Occasionally I do it today still, but mainly from an artistic standpoint, not really so much as, you know, like, if I have to waste my time on things, I usually just spend it watching cartoons or TV shows or whatever. You know, I don't really waste as much time in studio because, well, you know, maybe I'll dedicate more time towards drawing or whatever. Like, I might just do that. But yeah, it's more or less just the same old. But just not much has really changed other than, you know, the terrain and stuff. I think this was actually here. Yeah, this is still a component that exists in the current game, which you can see there's a big button over here that says present generation. But yeah, basically same old stuff. And then we skip over to the 7th gen, and this is where things really started to change. So as you can see, a bunch more free model stuff. I got rid of the ugly stuff there, but there's still this really long wall with the terrain that's glitching out here. And it's just this free modeled castle type structure. Watchtower is still here, but then there's this giant ball that I just put there for whatever reason that, I mean, don't really ask, because I don't really have the answers to this. And this structure, I think, it looks much closer to what we have now. In fact, I think this pretty much stayed the exact same way for many years until I eventually revamped it into what we currently have today. But this item back here, fun fact, this thing was actually unanchored. So what you're seeing right now was unanchored, and I think I even had a smoke particle or something like that. I don't think you could really see it, but there is a smoke particle that's in there that I tried to get it to look like it was, you know, I'm not really too sure what I tried to build. It's just, there's two big parts. I just kind of tried to balance it out for some reason, and then I tried to get the smoke to work. And then I thought, for whatever reason, well, you know, 11-year-old me, you know, like, I thought that the smoke was bugged out or something. So But it just kind of stayed like that for many years, and nothing really grand happened. And then we head over to the 8th generation, and as you can see, a lot is different. A lot is different, just more trees that are put around. I finally put up an army base here. Recycled the same Solier model that whoever created it. You know, I just recycled it there. I put back the zombies. The zombies are back. So, I don't think there's anything that's different. Oh yeah, there's the NPCs here are just a bunch of new mobs. Oh god, they're after me. But yeah, by this point, I think a lot of what I had done, also I think this got bigger. I'm not sure. I really can't remember. But again, a lot of it was just experimentation in studio, and there's just a bunch of NPC free model things that I just pulled out of it. So not really much. It's still something that I do in the current version, which I mean, I guess I could stop saying that now, because you guys will be able to experience that once I actually jump over to it. But yeah, not really much here. One of the NPCs just jumped over in the car here. You're not wearing pants. I don't think I can show that on video. If we jump over to the 9th generation, yeah, this mess is something that I'm not sure, again, what I was thinking. By this time I was probably like 12 years old, and I think at this point, I don't know, like, a lot of things had happened. I just thought that it would be funny if I just installed a bunch of viruses into my own place, even though that's, you know, like, as you can see, it's just causing the place to lag. I did not make the scripts, by the way. This is just something that I found on the I don't know if you would call it the marketplace or whatever. It's basically the Roblox Studio thing, and it's just a bunch of oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just I really just, man, I had no idea what I was thinking. I think it was just, most of this was just created out of pure boredom. It's just a screaming man. Yeah, but as for the actual structures and NPCs or whatever, like, none of that stuff actually changed. Most of it is just me messing around. I just installed a bunch of viruses and just left it alone. But and then I think I can skip over the 9th generation. Or no, actually, I think, yeah, this is the 9th generation. Okay, so then we go over to the 10th, and before the zombie kills me or anything worse happens, in the 10th generation, a lot of things have once again changed up. So the wall that was here has been fully removed and replaced with this, which you know, and I installed an admin command thing, whatever you call it. I think it's Cole's admin command. Yeah, Cole's, and then, I mean, this is pretty much what I would consider a modern version of the game. It's not. It obviously looks way different from what you get now, but everything that you see is more or less it's similar to what you get in the present generation. It's just with some minor differences. So here the Soliers don't really shoot because I removed the script and just replaced it with the model. Well, I still took out the free models and just replaced it with this stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's just they don't really shoot at the NPCs anymore, so you don't have to worry about that problem. These workers, I'll explain these later on. So that I'll explain that later. Oh, something that I just noticed is that the lighting is different. Oh yeah, this is a late addition that I made to the game, but yeah, there's the Builders Club logo. I did have Builders Club at one point that I stole from my dad's credit card. Don't tell him. It's not like he doesn't know. I mean, I'm sure he would remember. But Daddy, if you're watching, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I was thinking. Here, this is a badge giver thing for one of my places that I'll show later in the video. But yeah, this is again, this is inspired mostly by Specs Place. I saw these cars and a bunch of these cars that did exist in older versions of the game that you know, I just decided, you know what, like, why not just throw them in here? So I just copied them over. It's pretty much the same exact stuff, as well as the same old cars that I found, and there's United States flag once again. I tried to, as I updated the game over the years, I tried to keep it sort of in the same style as what I used to do, because what I tried to do was, like, most of the stuff that I did back then, as you can see earlier on in the video, was just me messing around in the studio with the tools that I was given in 2015, and you know, like, that's pretty much what I tried to go with. These cars, obviously, well, I don't think that many people were making cars, and also this is I find it this is the first time I'm actually seeing this, but there's the alpha or beta Minecraft, early beta Minecraft logo on there. That's something I actually never noticed, but yeah, these are just a bunch of cars that I took inspiration from Spec's place. If we go in here, oh, he's actually not here. Okay, maybe it's a later version I added them. And, well, this is the same structure. I finally figured out how the smoke works, so now it's looking a little foggy over here. And, oh, God, that was loud. So, yeah, not really much left to this place to show. I don't really think that there's anything big until later on. Oh, yeah, the same NPCs or mobs or whatever that I used in the places I basically traveled back in time, tried to add back some of the stuff, and I even added some new ones here and there. For example, I don't think the noob was one of them, but you know, like, I tried to basically add a bunch of the NPCs with the old walking animations and stuff, or just old animations that you found from 2014 and before that. And that guy's not wearing clothes. I'm just gonna look away from that for a moment there. I'm actually going to check through this tower, just check if there's anything in here. It's probably just, yeah, it's just empty. I don't think I added that stuff. Oh yeah, this is one of my characters that I created later on, inspired obviously by the great VTEX games, the legendary VTEX games who made Arcane Adventures, OPGA, and a bunch of other anime stuff. And he's tilted. Oh my goodness, I guess I never noticed that before, but he is tilted here. Yeah, not really much to see. The big ball that was here got I think I actually shrunk it down, so that's basically if you if you want to, like, kick it. And yeah, the textures have obviously changed to the footballs. Most of it is just, you know, taking the same stuff and just updating it, or I don't know, just revamping it or whatever. Yeah, not really much to show or to say about that. I think I'm ready to go. So now, if we go over to the present generation, which is what the game currently looks like as of early 2025. I mean, I'm recording this on the 3rd, so in case you're wondering when this was recorded, I'm doing this in advance. But as you can see, there's a new spawn point. I no longer just spawn in that specific area, and things look very different. Things look very, very different. I would consider this updated around the 2020s, and I decided, you know what, let's make the place look a little nicer. You know, same structure over here, it's just the base, and I think I actually fixed that problem where, like, you walk into the Soliers and you pick up the guns, but now it's actually fixed because a bunch of it had to be removed. And if you listen carefully, yeah, I added some of the old sound effects from before I was even on Roblox. I mean, most people don't know this, but I did create an account in 2014 called Quaristine, and yeah, well, I mean, I ended up forgetting the password to it. Don't hack the account, please. Just don't. You listen, man. You better not hack my account, okay? I'm begging you. But yeah, some of the sounds are a little buggy because I did script. Well, I didn't script it by myself. I just kind of copied over the script that Roblox uses for its sound and just replaced it with specific ones. But basically, I just replaced the sound. This one, you know, well, you guys saw earlier there was a zombie in here, and now it doesn't function, it doesn't kill me. Another thing is, well, yeah, I just go through this entire thing. Not really a problem there. It's sort of, I think the reason why I did this was just to make it look like sort of an illusion. You know, it's like, okay, this thing was here, and I actually had to copy over everything. I did not build this as a new thing. This is not a new structure. This was here. These are the exact same parts, and I just went over to the old version, copied it over, and just changed the color. So no changes there. I didn't remake it or anything. It's literally the exact same stuff. Yeah, this. Well, I think this was already golden. I can't remember, but I just changed it to golden. In case I didn't explain it, I changed it to gold just to reflect, you know, how massive and iconic this structure probably is. Otherwise, same old stuff. If we go in this house, check it out.
Hello, I am Baymax, your personal health.
And you can't spam it, so in case you're wondering, but there is a cooldown, and it just basically says "Hello, I'm Baymax" over and over again. Also added Shedlitsky as a mob. Yeah, of course, a bunch of classic Robloxians or Roblox players. It's also Billerman, or founder of Roblox, I guess. I think around here there's actually Eric Castle. I'm not sure, but I think I did add him. Can't remember though. I mean, they're always walking around and, you know, moving and stuff. So here is one of the other spawn points, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same structure with just a bunch of other changes, I guess. This is same badge. I just relocated it, and check it out. It's me. I'm not gonna like bother showing that. You guys will have to visit it yourself if you want to check it out, because you know, links in the description, if you will. And if you actually jump up here and down here, this is Spec's old character. This is what his character used to look like. I think it's, I'm not sure if it's the exact same thing, because what happened is his old character, the used pants that were, I think, were created by a bot group or player or something like that, and then it just ended up getting deleted by Roblox. So yeah, this is what his character used to look like, or close to it at least. I honestly can't remember what the exact pants were like, but at least the shirt is accurate. So there you go. If we jump down here, check it out. This is the I'm not really sure how to explain this, but basically it's an old, oh god, copyright. Just gonna tone down there for a second there before I get copyrighted. But basically, this is an old building that I made in one of later on, and it's basically a KFC restaurant that I built. I ended up replacing this because I don't want to get, you know, sued for copyright infringement or anything. But basically, later on I'll explain it in the video. But as you can see, the sign is broken. This noob robot thing was the first model that I ever built. I think it was like my first attempt at building a NPC, sort of. So alright, so what I gotta do is I gotta mute it over here because there's some copyright audio. But basically, in case you're wondering what the audio is, it's Raining Tacos by Parry-Grip. And well, the model that you're seeing for the restaurant over here, this is actually not what it looked like. It's pretty much the same. It's the same exact type of restaurant, the same exact sign that I just copied over from one of my later places. But then I just sort of put it over here, and I made a bunch of changes. Like, for example, these tables and chairs were not rusted. This was here. I think this was actually here. So the only difference is that the dialogue bubble is missing. So I purposely removed it because it just doesn't really serve any purpose. It's just for aesthetics mainly. We head over here. This is definitely not an attempted McDonald's build that I made in one of my later games. And I definitely did not change the colors so that it doesn't look copyrighted, but, you know, if you know, you know. And if we go this way, as you can see, most of these chairs were actually free models, so I did not build these chairs. But the actual building itself, yeah, I did build it. If we go behind this counter, as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff that was created a long time ago. I think I built this either in 2017 or was it 2018? I'm not sure. But a lot of people were making fun of the Roblox logo for, you know, being, as you can see, what it is today at the time, and like they had just changed the logo. I can't play the music or play the sound, unfortunately, but this specific image right here, if you go in the game and actually play it right now, there's this plays as a very I'm sure most of you can remember it, or some of you can remember it. That's a fun little Easter egg I added in there. I did that with a lot of stuff that I did. And if we walk over to this house, this is actually one of the houses that I built in. I think it was the same game that I built this one in, or place, I should say. It's not really a game. It's just kind of a neighborhood that I made an attempt to build. And it's got the same sort of furniture. All of this furniture I did build by myself, so this was not free model in any way. I didn't do the grass texture though. That's different. And if we walk in here, yep. This is probably, you know, I should probably like, hang on, give me a minute. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, this is what this is kind of close to what my character used to look like. Although I think my face was a different color or something, but whatever. This is about as close as I can get to what my character was looking like. I mean, I probably changed the skin tone multiple times during that year, but it's more or less the same stuff. I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking, but it was the Roblox University T-shirt, and I just colored my arms black for whatever reason. I'm really not sure what this why I thought that this was snazzy at the time, but yeah. Don't worry about that guy out there, okay? You can check it out on your own. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. I think there's just one more thing that I haven't done. Yeah, there's just a bunch of these guys around here. Yeah, I mean, if you know them, you know them. Over here, this is an unused free model that I had that I just happened to, well, I claimed it as one of the models in Roblox Studio, but I just never actually used it, so I just thought it would be fun to put it in this structure over here. And yeah, I mean, like, it's more or less the same old. It's just I put a bunch of trees in a way so that when you're actually driving, hopefully maybe I can actually demonstrate that. Oh god, these vehicles there. Oh god, I forgot how wonky some of this stuff is. It's like inverted controls. But yeah, like whenever it is that you're driving through with the cars now, you can the trees just sort of are in the way to make it harder to drive, but basically that's what they're there for. I'm just trying to see if I can get this to work, but I'll try not to waste too much time because I've already spent so much of it explaining things earlier. Oh god, what just happened there? Oh my god, did I not anchor this? Holy crap, I thought I anchored that. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to fix that later. That's one thing that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to move. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just gonna let's just get out of here. I would like to show you guys some of the stuff that I've built later on. Okay, now this one is my second place that I ever created. This one is not something that I actually built. I didn't build any of this. But for those of you who remember that played at a time when I think personal servers were a thing, were a feature that still existed, this was just something that this was basically a template at the time. And I'm not sure if it's still a template that you can access, but in case you're wondering what builds look like at the time, this should give you an idea. And yeah, it's a simple design. It's called Capture the Flag. It's a template that Roblox made, and I think it might actually still be playable. I'm not entirely sure, but it's just that no one plays these types of games, or at least they probably play the more popular ones, not ones like this. Yeah, it's still functional, but we don't have to spend too much time in this one. For now, what I actually want to do is I want to get to the other places that I really did spend a lot of time and effort and energy and everything into building. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so this is Military Army. This is actually supposed to be the second one. I'm editing this video a little later. I kind of got the order of it mixed up, and I wasn't sure if to include it for the video or not. But this is, considering it's the old places that I'm recording, I thought I would put it in late. But this is actually the second game that I made from scratch that isn't the Capture the Flag one. Yeah, this is, I mean, again, there are videos showing what I recorded at the time, and my character did look like this. It actually used to look like this too as well, but I'm not gonna dress up as that. No way in hell I'm gonna dress up with that. Obviously, well, basically what happened was, like, I did used to wear the same exact star pants in this with the skin that I have over here, but again, this is like I do have an updated version of this one that properly that fixes that, but you know, they ended up deleting the original, so, and I didn't want to touch the file that this comes from, because, you know, there are some differences between this and the newer version, which does fix some problems. For example, there's this sword over here. Where is it? Yeah, there's this sword. You can usually pick it up and then that's it, but you can't actually pick it back up again unless you drop it first. So if you die with it in your backpack or your inventory, it's just gone forever. But I dropped it at the last second, so but if you do die with it there, you can't ever get it back. So I fixed a lot of those problems. I mean, pretty much everything is the exact same. And whenever it is that you finish this parkour obby course, this was once called Parkour Jump Fun at one point, but then I just renamed it to Military Army because I don't know. I heard that you do parkour in the military or something like that, and I just tried to incorporate other things that do not at all resemble. Okay, the lighting is a little off here for some reason. This zombie was also not broken. Yeah, this. This is not how it normally looks. Normally he's fine, but I think I don't know, maybe he has some sort of epilepsy or something. I don't really know. I'm not too sure what happened there, or a wasting disease. I don't know. But either way, here we have Park of the Evil Spirits. Now this one is technically the third one. Don't listen to what I say in the rest of the video again. Once again, this is a late addition in the edit, and I'm very lazy, and I already put in so much effort into recording the stuff, so I don't feel like touching it again. But basically, this is the other one that I've done, and this really large structure was just, again, I don't know what I was doing, or what I was thinking or doing. I was messing around with the terrain and stuff like that. I actually started out with this grass, and that's probably why I even bothered to do that. But basically, whenever you go in here, it's just a bunch of zombies, and you know, that's just kind of what I mean. There's really not much to explain. Over here, I tried to build some sort of oil tank, or I don't know what you call those things. It's like an oil tank or something like that. And then, is it around here, man? No, I think it was around here that there used to be some magma or lava or something, but then I removed it because, you know, it doesn't really make sense having something there that doesn't actually damage you, and I didn't have any sort of scripting experience. In case you're wondering why my character is different here, but I changed it over here, there is a single screenshot, which I will show on screen, whether it's good resolution or not, that I just based this off of. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, this is my first time and probably the only time that I really experimented with billboards. I never really used them that much again in games because I just find them very annoying. I think a lot of games should. I really do think game developers should stop putting that stuff on a screen because it's very distracting, and I just want to be able to do things at my own pace, you know. These things over here, I'm not sure what this is. It's like, I think there's supposed to be a brick or either a spawn point or something, because it's like you get spawned over here, and then it's like, you know, you click on it, it says welcome to Spook Me Out, which is just the same thing. And then there's just this guard here. Do not enter. Trust me, enter there and you'll die. Well, I'm not dead, so beat that. suck it, bro. Alright, so here we are. Just ignore the really displaced loading screen. This is the name of this place at the time was called Eat at KFC. The reason that I changed it to EAKFC is because, well, you know, I don't want to get copyright struck by Roblox, or if you know, the fast food franchise or chain or whatever decides to do such a thing. But yeah, here we are. Here is where my building skills started to improve a little bit. Every single thing that you see, except probably, you know, the spec model, has been done by hand, including that mountain over there, all of the trees and everything like that. I think around this time I was taking I was reading the Roblox, what do you call it? I'm not sure what it was called at the time. Before it was called documentation. I was reading the Roblox Studio Wiki, or something like that. I'm just going to call it that for now. And yeah, I mean, I was just learning how to build stuff. I didn't really have much scripting knowledge, but I wanted to make a game that had a functional fast food restaurant where you can go over to the counter inside the restaurant here and buy fried chicken and you can eat it and stuff. So this is what it used to look like. Now, the sign here was not there. I'll put an image up on the screen what the image was, but basically, you know, just in case I got sued by KFC, I ended up changing it. So that was not the way that it was before. I do have a backup of what it used to look like, but you know, it's a lot of. I think that's the big change. Everything else has pretty much been unchanged except for this. The pants broke, so I had to update that, and I obviously don't want people visiting my games and, you know, just having a bunch of stuff here. But as you can see, oh yeah, and around this time I got Builders Club. I mean, I guess I don't really have to explain a million times how it is I got it, but basically, yeah, I got Builders Club, so I'm just gonna update my character real quick. Oh god, the loading screen. Okay, yeah, every time you died or joined the game or rejoined or whatever, you had to put up with this annoying loading screen. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, this is, yep. This is the first thing that I got when I got Builders Club. I actually had like all 3 memberships for Builders Club at one point. Now I don't really have it anymore because you know, it's expensive as shit, and you know, having to put up with inflation and stuff in the year 2025 is just incredible. But this is the first time that I've started. I don't know if to say. Like, I got a little more scripting experience, so one of the first things that I tried to do at the time, if you actually walk in here, and once again, you know, as you can see, like the algae and, you know, the colors and everything were a lot brighter. I was trying to go for a Minecraft aesthetic, as you can see with the backgrounds and everything at the time, but I did gain a little more scripting experience. But when you walk in here, check it out. There's just a bunch of dining tables here, but they're not looking rusted or anything. The reason that I changed them to be rusted is just to show how times have just gone. You know, they've gone by so quick, and it's just it sucks just how much time has passed. But yeah, if we go over to this counter, it's like, good day, what would you like? I would like to drink something. I would like a red cola, please. This actually used to say red cola, or it used to say Coca-Cola and Pepsi, but I changed the names because, once again, you know, in the year 2025, putting up with copyright is just, you know. So there's Blue Peppers, which is obviously Pepsi. Go and pep talk. I did keep that joke in, though. That joke was in there, so you don't have to worry about that. I want to eat something. Okay, what may it be? 1 piece of chicken. Okay, that was not a One Piece reference, by the way. When I made these games, I did not have any sort of interest or knowledge about anime. So, just an interesting little fact there. Anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time with the dialogues. You're going to notice, by the way, that the head here is different from what was in Q City. That's because, well, the one that I built here, it just uses a, I think it's like a mesh. It's like a head mesh that it uses, but it doesn't actually, like, when it is you delete the head mesh item thing, whatever, from it. That's what it looks like in the current game. So Yeah, that's why it's different, but that's what it originally looked like. But once again, I said that I had some scripting experience. As you can see, I was learning on the Roblox Studio Wiki, so there is a time cycle. This NPC, I mean, you don't really see it at the beginning, but basically this NPC of myself at the time, it spawns around here, I believe, and then I just made it walk over to here. And another thing that I scripted was this. You just click it and it changes colors to some random thing. So I was just reading the wiki and learning, you know, as I went along. There's not really much to show around here. These buildings don't really have anything special in it, but we could go inside. I think the roads, do the roads carry me? No, they don't. Okay. I guess I just put the paths there. But basically my goal for this was to build, I was trying to build a fast food restaurant, specifically KFC. I mean, there's no secret about that. I was trying to build a KFC restaurant in the center of like a city or something. And, well, there's a beta, beta, what is it, logo or tag or something, text that I put up there because I did go through like pre-alpha to alpha and stuff like that. I just wanted to kind of seem cool, you know, try to promote the game. But basically, yeah, there's nothing in here, just a single light. I try to make it like the alpha Minecraft grass block sort of style after that, so that's why it looks like that. Yeah, this is where it moves. Okay. Otherwise, there's not really much to show. I think there's only one more thing worth showing here, and that is this sun phoenix looking ball thing. And I mean, you can roll it around. It's not really much you can do, but you can just push it around, whatever. It doesn't really hurt you, even though it's made of fire, because I didn't know how to script that sort of thing at the time. But yeah, this is what it was, and then when you click it, oh no, where did it go? That's pretty much all that I really need to show. That windmill, the windmills that you see in the back was also another tutorial that I learned at the time when I was reading Roblox Studio Wiki. So anyway, we don't really have much to do here. There's nothing to do. It's just kind of a boring place. Let's move on to another place. One that I keep revisiting. Actually, I do go back to this one very frequently. So let's go check that one out. All right, here we are, Battlefield Wars, and it's lagging a lot. I should probably you know what? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. This is the one that I keep coming back to, and man, it's you can tell that there's a lot of things that have changed since then. But basically, this is where my scripting experience started to increase. And as you can see, I have some buttons over here. Around this time, I was playing One Piece Golden Age. Like I mean, I was playing that game since I was since I joined Roblox, pretty much. But basically, you know, I was playing One Piece Golden Age, and I learned about the whole spawn protection sort of thing. So it inspired me to make a new game. And that was Battlefield Wars, not to be confused with Battlefield by, you know, DICE. But around this time, and there are actually, again, there are videos of the games that I'm showing you on the channel. That if you sort the channel by oldest videos, you can actually see them. Or if you go into the Roblox playlist, you can see them from oldest to newest. But basically, yeah, this is where my scripting experience increased, and it's sort of like a spawn protection thing. So you would start off in here, and people can't just walk in here and KO you, because that's something that if you watch the older videos, you'll see what I mean. If we skip through this, here we are. Now, there's a lot of things that I want to explain. I'll go through things one at a time, but basically, this is just the training section. You just... God, I forgot how loud this is. I should probably turn that down on my end. This is the training area. This is just where, you know, I just kind of built this thing on a random node. It's not really, nothing really special. Just kind of... I don't genuinely understand why I thought that it was fun. I mean, I know that it wasn't fun even at the time, but anyway, yeah. And then over here we just have this random lava puddle thing. I'm really not sure what I was thinking at the time when I made this, but you know, anyway. And then here, as we go along, if we actually press these buttons, they do work. So yeah. And well, it is a battlefield, so I added a bunch of, I don't know if you call these barrels or obstacles that you can just push around. And I think this is a gun. No, this is a slingshot. Now, once again, a lot of these games are old and broken and abandoned, so you know, shooting stuff at this, and as you can see, whenever it is that they hit these rusted cylinder tanks things, they do explode. If you touch them, well, they're supposed to kill you, but I don't know, it's buggy. Okay, like a lot of things are broken. They used to kill you back then, but I think it's broken now, and now it just lags your game and sends 1,000 explosions your way. But most of these, I think the last thing that I ever did was either adding these barrels, which just give you money. I wanted it to be sort of like an inspired. What I'm basically trying to say is that I wanted it originally. I wanted to turn this into some sort of like medieval battlefield sort of thing. In a way, it's like I don't really know what I was thinking at the time, but the reason why I used this cobblestone texture was to try to convert it. I wanted to build like a fortress or something like that. That was my initial vision for it, and then but my building skills weren't really good at the time, and then I just sort of changed the way that I did things. So that's why that's there, and why it looks so different, and now it just became a spawn area. These bricks over here, these bricks are it's not like a solid stone wall. It's actually, if you look at it carefully, there's a bunch of parts that I just put up in front of a wall here, and you used to have a rocket launcher. I can still actually pull up the older versions and try to play them, but basically you used to have a rocket launcher, and you can just shoot them and just have them explode. I don't know if I'll put it back, but honestly, I don't really know. It doesn't matter too much to me, because nobody really plays this stuff. This glass building, once again, I was still using the Roblox wiki, still taking a tutorial and looking up videos and stuff like that. This I did build by myself, and I do still use this occasionally. I don't really, it's not really a thing that I use in some of my newer games, but yeah. Otherwise, there's not much to show. It's pretty much just a battlefield. Yeah. And well, in case you're wondering what that is up there, we can actually go to that, because once again, my scripting experience did increase quite a bit as I got older. But if we go over here, check it out. I wonder if you can tell the difference. I wonder if wait, give me a sec. Yeah, never mind. It'll take too long. Anyways, I wonder if you can tell the difference. Oh no, who's Vtex? Is this Vtex or is this Vtex? Audience, you decide in the comment section below. Okay, so that building up there is probably the last major thing that I did in the world. Like, I mean, the barrels were just sort of there, you know, I coded that in the last minute, but up here, I wanted to, I think I wanted to build sort of like a, what is it? Oh god, these things are, what is happening right now? Okay, I'm not sure if it's bugged or if, but just imagine there's a wall there, okay? Like there's supposed to be a wall and it just covers the entire thing. I'm not sure if when I last updated it, if I changed something by accident, but originally this was just supposed to be sort of like an arena, and I wanted to put a boss over here because I was working on another game, which we'll get into in a moment. I was working on another game, and I thought that, you know, this would be a good opportunity to code a boss. But then at some point, it's like, at some point I was like, you know what, I don't really want to continue this anymore. I might as well focus on that being the main game. And so, yeah, anyway, also there used to be, at some point, there used to be an audio that was in here. Like there was music playing, and well, at the time Vtex was making Arcane Adventures, and I was playing that game. You know, I was on a potato PC, just like I am now, and I'm still recording this on a potato PC, in case you're wondering. So yeah, there you go. But at the time he was making Arcane Adventures, and you know, one of the most iconic soundtracks in that game was just, you know, Nintendo's variant of Super I think it was like the Great C from Wind Waker, but it was the Super Smash Brothers Brawl variation of it. I think it's a little different from the original Wind Waker, and that's the music that used to play in this game. But as a result of copyright and the updates that Roblox made, they sort of removed that. And like there was a certain point in time that I added it back, but then I removed it again because I don't want to take that risk and then have my places taken down as a result of such stupid things, that corporations do. I'm going to have to fix that later, so reminder for future me to fix that. But anyways, considering there's nothing left for me to do, also there's an AFK mode here. It waits a few seconds. Yeah, there you go. So it just kind of waits a little bit. The reason that you have to wait is so that people don't just spam it and then just start just massacring absolutely everything. Just going on a serial killing spree or whatever you call those things. So that's the reason why that's there. But I never really had a way to remove it, so I just had. So it was. I mean, I was a bad coder, okay, guys? Like, I didn't really have much experience, but yeah, I was a bad coder. But anyway, let's move on to another game, which I would consider is probably, at the very least, a little better than this one. And that is Pirate Legends. There we go. So yeah, this is what I would consider one of my best earliest games that I've made. I think this is like right before I started to gain a little more scripting experience, and like eventually I tried to expand on things a little more. But this is the name of my old group. That's sort of like a development group. It didn't really have that many people in it anyway, so don't even worry about it. And it's a really badly made. I think it was literally just made in MS Paint, and I just took a bunch of pictures of, images of stuff that was kind of. I don't know if this script logo was on Roblox or not, but this is the old logo and fake loading screen, if you will, as well as what my character used to look like. And here we are. You click that button. This is well, once again, I cite. I want to give credit to Vtex Games and Arcane, his work on Arcane Adventures at the time for inspiring the creation of this. But this was obviously this is a really bad knockoff version of it because I'm terrible at scripting and have a hard time trying to come up with original ideas. But basically, yeah, this is this is kind of what. It used to look like. Obviously, looking back on it, it's really bad. But and I mean, I did admonish myself. I was really hard on myself for putting in as much effort as I did at the time because I knew, even I at the time knew that this wasn't anything close to what I wanted. In case you're wondering why there's a gap between the run and the walk buttons, there used to be I think there used to be a button there or something where I can click it, and it would basically, it was exclusive to me. It was a custom feature where I can click the button and then it just makes the ocean something I can walk on. I tried to do it like Naruto, where you can walk on the water or run in the water or something, sort of like a custom thing. But unfortunately, I wasn't a very good coder, so it solidified the entire ocean. And whenever my friends would join the game, and then they have to. They would swim in it. It would literally just I clicked the button or something like that. It would just they would just get stuck, and I had to remove it. So yeah, that's why that's there. But these mobs, I do think that they still work. Yeah, these do still work, but they're kind of bugged. That's why. Yeah, I haven't really been using shift lock for a lot of these because I mean I did use shift lock a lot of the time, but yeah. So I got that working after probably like dozens of tutorials or something like that. I don't know how many man hours that I spent, but yeah, like the teleportation thing. I didn't really know how to script a moving boat, and I still don't really know how to script a moving boat. I'm not going to spend too much time running over there, so I'm just going to speed up just for this video. But when you come over here, check it out. So there's a lot of inspiration that I drew. It's pretty obvious. A lot of it from Arcane Adventures, some of it from One Piece Golden Age. But this one was mainly inspired by Arcane. There's actually two that were inspired by Arcane, which I don't think I'll show that one in this video because these are just the main ones that I developed at the time. I'll probably show that in a separate video if you guys wanted. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's not my best work, but it was the best that I had at the time. Oh, for some reason this didn't work out. Okay, not sure what's going on there. All right, I guess I'm okay. You know what? Just whatever. All right, we'll just do it like this. All right. So, just gonna do that. There we go. That makes things so much easier. It's pretty much just like the ocean was just a trampoline sort of thing where I just changed the velocity of it to to make you jump, but it's not really like you're swimming. It just gives the illusion that you're swimming. Now this part was a building. Obviously, you know, the Arcane government was inspired by the Marines from One Piece, from the One Piece anime, but you know, this was a direct ripoff of the Arcane government building that existed in. I think it used to be called Freedom Lookout. Yeah, Freedom Lookout from Arcane Adventures is the name of the island, and basically you would come here and you pass through this, and it's actually, yeah, there you go. It's basically come up here, it heals you, and I mean, I really don't know what I was thinking, man. Like, I was like, I think I was like 13 or 14 or something when I made this place, so I really had no excuse, because I think that VTEX himself made games at the time. He coded a bunch of stuff that was really, really good and built really good stuff, so I really have no excuse for why it is I did that. But anyway, let's fly over here, because I don't want to have to go through this. Right here is the desert island. It's sort of, I really don't know if this was kind of inspired by, I honestly don't know. I might have just added this in as a late addition, but it was probably Oblitsko, if I'm remembering the name correctly. I'm not sure. Oblitsko from Arcane Adventures. Again, game is heavily inspired by that. We'll check that out last, because that's probably the last ever thing I ever did. But if we go in here, check it out. So if I unfly for a moment, and we pass through this, I mean, it looks really empty so far. But if we go over this way, yep, there's a bunch of guards. They're broken, but we don't really have to check them out. I mean, they're kind of boring anyways. And then if we go up here, this is the first boss area that I've built. This is something that, if you check out the last one, which is Battlefield Wars, this is sort of kind of what I was trying to do, that I just kind of quit midway at doing, because I wasn't really sure how to code it. I think I was trying to code like a Darth Vader boss sort of type thing, because, you know, I mean, I dressed up as Darth Vader at some point on Roblox, so I was trying to do that. Does this take damage? I can't remember. Never mind. It's just blood. So cover your eyes, children, if you know, if you're watching this video. Although I don't really make videos for kids, but yeah. So you would notice that, like, there is this that this guy has the same exact appearance as the guards down here, and there is an actual lore reason for that. I forgot what it was. It's like, I think it was it's literally the same exact thing. I think it was because that's the real guy, and then they just cloned him, and then that's who the guards are. It's sort of like a clone army, sort of Star Wars reference thing. And yeah, this is the same exact model as this one, but well, you know. And I think that this does, I think that Gyrol or Gyrol, can't remember how you pronounce, oh god. Well, that's unfortunate. But anyways, yeah, there's not really much to show. Oh god, the stupid loading screen. yeah, there's not really much to show aside from this. I'm just showing that whenever it is you when you walk on these things, you can change your teams to whatever you like. It doesn't really make a difference anyway. But if we fly over to this island really quick, and as you can see, well, this is what my first attempt at trying to build a pirate ship. I'm probably never going to build a pirate ship ever again because I'm just so bad at building on Roblox. Yeah, anyways, this island over here, this island is, I would say that this is fairly new. This is not something that I did in 2015, 2016, 2017, around that time. This was more like a late addition. So like I added this for, well, there were 3 games that I made that had some lore. I called it I think I called it the 3 Giants, actually. So like it was supposed to be like a trilogy between this game and 2 newer games that I made, like I just sort of added this in as a late addition, and you know there were some lore reasons for this. So here's this guy over here, and there's this big tree, and yeah, I mean there was I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. They don't really serve much of a purpose. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not much of anything. I'm not sure if the guns still. Nah, the guns. It seems to still. The script seems to work, but it's also broken. So yeah, never mind. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much to explain about this place. I don't know. There's really not much to explain. I think now we're gonna move on to the next game, which is it's probably one of my favorites just because of how I guess you could say it's probably my first original project that wasn't really inspired by anything aside from natural disaster survival, which you might as well play that one rather than playing this one. But you know, if you want to check it out, well, that's what we're gonna head to right about now. Yeah, so here we are. Give me a second, I just gotta make sure my volume is up for this. There we go, that's very loud. But yeah, this is Tectonic Earthquake Survival. It's probably what I would consider one of my best earliest works. I mean, it's just because of how much experience I gained with scripting at this point. I mean, like it's not really. I mean, I wouldn't really call it my best work ever. Obviously, it's not my best work ever. My best work ever is another game, which I'm kind of technically. I'm occasionally working on it. Okay, all right, but yeah, like I mean, it was a little sloppily made, as you can see. I mean, it's pretty much just the same thing with just moving a bunch of parts that I would just on-anchor itself with a script, and some of this stuff would just be stationary. But there were a couple safe spots like this where the earthquake doesn't affect you, so you kind of had to be a little smart about it, I guess. But once again, this was probably the work of, I don't know, like probably a 13-year-old, 12-year-old me. So I mean, not bad looking back on it, but yeah, there were even some sheep. I guess you can call them sheep or farm animals. They were just kind of laying around here. Pretty bad builds, I mean, you don't really get that much time to even look at them, which is something that I didn't really think about at the time. I can obviously change it, but I mean, why would I want to do that, right? Of course, why would I want to do that? Also, this is not what my character looked like when I designed a game. I couldn't really remember what my character looked like, so I just decided to go with another one, which was actually earlier than the last one that you saw in Pirate Legends. But anyway, these here, you would be teleported back here. If you go to these bricks, you would be taken to the different places, but sometimes, well, whenever it is that you died, your character would actually teleport you anyways. So there were designated places because I didn't know how to script. I didn't know how to script like different disasters or different maps appearing on on the same world, in the same place, I should say. So I had to create multiple places, and you would basically just be taken to that area. You would just be taken to that map, and I mean it would just be the same thing happening over and over again. Pretty boring, but I liked it at the time, and I still do like it. It's just that obviously it's really badly made, but well, I think this is actually where you're supposed to take damage from water, unless it's, I don't know if it's broken or what, but I think you do take damage. Yeah, you take damage from the cacti. It's just, I mean, it's really badly made, but, you know, I mean, like, knowing that I can do better, it's really badly made, but, you know, so you take damage from the cacti, you take damage from, a lot of rapid damage from the water. I'm surprised that it's not instant. You just jump up on the pyramids and you're pretty much safe. I'll probably make a video of the spiritual successor to this later on, comparing the two, but yeah, this is pretty much what it used to look like. You can obviously tell that it was also badly scripted, just for the fact that, you know, like, it would happen literally just going this way and then going back this way, and it just made it super predictable. The only parts that you were safe on, which, you know, was kind of unintentional, was the pyramids, but you had to stand on the side, which is kind of a weird thing. I'm really not sure why that happened, but I was just a bad coder. Obviously the game, I mean, it was a product of its time too, so anyway, let me stop wasting time and go back to this one, and here we are. So this one is another map. This one I tried to experiment with the physics a little bit, and yeah, I made it so that whenever you touch the wall, you know, basically trying to make it harder to, I guess you could say I was trying to make it harder to survive a little bit in my own way. So trying to jump over the wall, or, you know, touch even the red parts of it, you know, you would die constantly. But again, the problem with this is that, like, whenever it is that you die, your body parts get flung everywhere. Like, it would move along with the base plate. So, you know, whenever it is that it moves along with the base, like, some of your parts end up touching these things, and then you just teleport there. So that's the only problem. Other than that, you know, I mean, I pretty much just it's a simple little silly game that I just made. There used to be music, of course, but, you know, it was mostly just copyrighted popular soundtracks, or at least soundtracks that I used to listen to at the time. They were removed, and hopefully it doesn't take me to the place that I want to go, which is this one. I want to go to what I call, I think it's the city. There you go, the city. So this one is the last one that I designed, and of course you can see that I put in, I made sure to, you know, even at the time I made sure to put in different teleports, because, you know, like, I knew that it was a problem that I couldn't, I didn't really know how to solve at the time with the whole random spawning, or, like, basically I didn't know how to do a map rotation system. So I made sure to code that. Okay, that has never happened before. That's actually new. That has never happened to me before. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I didn't really know the whole thing about scripting map rotations, so and I was really bad at coding how to anchor stuff. So, like, things would just spawn, and, you know, like, I really don't know, like, why it is that I did what I did. It's just, I feel like I could have just kept it normal, you know, but anyway, yeah, I guess, oh man, and well, because of as you can see, I did reuse the building that I had in Battlefield Wars, the building that I took a tutorial from Roblox Studio Wiki, even at that time, to put it in here. But whenever it is that it breaks everything, it really lags the place. So I mean, I had sort of a thing going. I really didn't know. Like, again, I really was not. I'm not sure what the mindset was at the time. I mean, this one, I think I can tell what the mindset was. I wanted to do something a little more original. I mean, not that, you know, Earthquake places are original or anything, or Earthquake survival games, because, I mean, that's something that's existed on Roblox pretty much forever. But you know, it's just something, a concept that I try to replicate, despite having a lack of knowledge in scripting. But yeah, I think that's all that I really need to show. I mean, a lot of these are just so broken. God, it makes me cringe every time, man. It makes me cringe every time. But anyways, yeah, these are most of the old places that I wanted to show for this video. I thought it would be nice to show it for the 10th anniversary. Yeah, I mean, I don't really got anything to say. I don't really know how to end videos and stuff because, you know, I'm clearly the best commentator on YouTube. So if you're watching me, you know, just props to you. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you for thinking that I'm the best at commentating, and also, as you can see, even making games. But anyway, world's best Roblox game developer of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is fun going back on this nostalgia trip. I do occasionally visit these places on my own. I don't really do it as much. I try not to do it as much anymore. It's not that I don't do it, but I try not to do it as much. So what I usually do is I just play other games or do something else that's more fun and interesting with my life than, you know, revisiting places that are just broken because, you know, I don't know, something about dead Roblox places or just places that are broken. I mean, seeing the style and looking back on things, it's nice. It's nice knowing that that you do so much better. You know, seeing how far you've come, in other words. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later for probably the 20th anniversary of Roblox, or just doing nothing.